All right, good evening, folks. I got to whisper because my little nephew's sleeping on the couch. So, the Delphi case. What do we know about Richard Allen? Well, some people are saying that he's only 5'4". That's pretty short. Bridge guy, they said, is between 5'8" and 5'10". So that's a little bit off, right? He did live in that area. That's true. Some of the videos I seen earlier today said that he actually helped one of the girls' grandparents print off the flyers. He was the one that he worked at the place they went to have the flyers printed off. All right. Here's the thing. Does Richard Allen own a dog? Does Richard Allen smoke cigarettes? You know, uh, you have to remember they said that there was cigarette butts there, and there was animal prints around the dog or around the bodies. Very interesting, right? You know, if they had DNA, uh, why did it take 5 years, almost 6 years, to pick the guy up? And he lived right in town. I don't know. Something still seems kind of fishy. He might be connected to the case, Keegan Klein. He might be connected to some of these people that they picked up already. The guy might be connected to Anthony Greeno. We don't know. You know, they all might be connected to Keegan Klein. They all might be in a gang. You know, we don't know why, because we don't have the evidence. Which is a crazy case, right? Because they never released any crime photos, did they? But yet there was people saying they knew what happened to Abby and Libby. You had people saying that it was a gory death, that they were all carved up and chopped up and all, some kind of a satanic uh, thing. Uh, and nobody knows if that's true. Why? Because that evidence was never released. There was no crime scene photos released. The reason we didn't catch this guy right away was because of the false information that was on YouTube. The photos that they put out, that some people put through analyzers and hues and changing, and they seen other photos, other faces within the photo. So that pretty much said that someone tampered with the evidence, or the photo at least. And the video is got so much gain in it, and pixeled, and you can't tell who it is. They probably could. I imagine the police had footage of right before that guy walked up on him or got real close to him, if the camera was still going, they had to, it's a newer phone, it had to have been clear. You know, that video was going through clear somewhere, whether it was the Snapchat or whatever app they were using. They have footage that's clean footage. I don't know. Something still ain't adding up. We all hope it's him. We all hope they have him. Could these guys that have been locked up down south, this gang or club, whatever they call themselves, could some of them been talking and cut a deal? Yeah, it's possible. I still think it's a YouTuber. I still think it's a YouTuber that they're looking for. Maybe a police officer, maybe an ex FBI or something, or I don't know. I know this much. Doug Carter did say that the public will be shocked when they find out what that guy did. That he's known within the community. I mean, is Richard Allen known throughout the community? You know, this big time. No, I don't know. Something ain't adding up. I still think it was a bunch of people playing with the government, much like a Zodiac killer. And maybe the ringleader is an ex FBI or a cop, maybe. I can't get too loud. My nephew's sleeping. Little bugger ate a half a pizza by himself. But it's interesting. I still think it's somebody else. I think it's somebody that's going to shock. You know, I think they knew they had DNA from the cigarette butts. They had dog prints and DNA, other DNA. You know, the police never released the crime scene photos, but yet there was people on YouTube saying that the girls were all chopped up and penetrated with all kinds of stuff, and it was a gory mess. We don't know that because the photos were never released. The crime scene photos were never released. Only the killers would have known, or if there was a leak amongst the police station. Now, is it possible? Sure. But they never released photos of the bodies and the condition that they were in. So nobody knows if any of the stuff that they were saying was true or not. And that's what is interesting is we don't know what exactly occurred at the Delphi Bridge that day because the information was withheld from the police. And only the killers and the people that knew what happened would have known. I still think it was a bunch of them. And they've been locking people up down south for a while for similar cases. They just found a small little boy uh, in a suitcase real close to where the Delphi murders occurred. You know, sad, very sad. Yeah, what do you do? All you can do is wait until Monday. Does the guy look like Bridge Guy? I can tell you this much, folks. I believe Bridge Guy was probably close to 5'8", 5'10". I don't think he was 5'4". But film can be deceiving. Videos can be deceiving. Here's one thing you got to do. Keep an eye on Richard Allen and the way he walks, because Bridge Guy had a walk, and it wasn't a walk because of the railroad ties. He had a certain stance and a walk. So we'll have to see come Monday. Uh, this guy Richard Allen uh, could just be a kitty photo guy or something, connected with Keegan Kline or maybe Greeno or one of the guys behind Kurt. Chadwell, maybe. It's a good possibility they cut a deal and gave up a ring. Maybe. We don't know. That's what I would be looking at right now if I was in charge of it. Does this guy smoke cigarettes? Did he ever smoke cigarettes? Does the guy own a dog? Is the guy pretty known in the community where he's looked up to? See, he's got to meet the criteria that Doug Carter, put out, that the community would be shocked. Well, that tells me this guy's pretty known within the community. A big shot, a nice guy. A lot of people like him. No, I gotta be quiet. I almost woke the little guy up. So that's the thing. Does the guy smoke cigarettes? Does he have a dog? Is he known within the community where people would be shocked, going, "Oh, I can't believe," you know? I don't know. We'll find out Monday. Like I said, this guy might. I live in Indiana, and all it said on the news was there was an arrest uh, in the Delphi case. It's moving along, and there was an arrest with connections to Abby and Libby, the Delphi murders. Didn't say he was the murderer. Didn't say we got the guy, whatever. On the news, that's exactly what it said. The Delphi case has been making strides, and there was an arrest. Uh, to a Richard Allen, and uh, in connection to the Delphi killing. And that could be numerous things. You know, that could be numerous things. We'll see. Now, is it possible the people that gave the description of Bridge Guy was off a couple inches? Instead of 5'6" or 5'8", the guy was 5'4"? Maybe. You know, maybe. We'll find out sooner or later. Hopefully. We hope this ain't another Kennedy case. Maybe in 100 years we'll find out. I don't know. Let me know what you folks think. Does his voice match the recording? Like I said, I think they have some of the guys locked up in jail. I think one or two of them passed away. And I think some of these guys were not involved, but they were sucked into it because they knew the people that were suspects in the case. And they got caught up in an accessory to a murder. Is that possible? Yes. My opinion, yes, it is possible. We'll see. You know, that guy might be the killer. He's innocent until proven guilty, right? If it is, all glory goes to God and the police station. If not, he's just another one part of the ring that's down south that they're having a lot of trouble with. Who knows? Only the shadow knows, right? Only God knows. Excuse me. All right. I'm going to get off this thing. We'll see Monday if this guy's the murderer of Abby and Libby. And like I said, I think they would have caught this guy a lot faster, probably, if they would have released uh, the information and uh, more footage, you know, and more of the voice. I think people probably would have, you know, but I'm sticking with it's a bunch of them. But part of me also thinks that they're looking for a YouTuber, somebody high up or used to be high up. Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. Now, you folks have a great night. Be safe. And we'll see. Come Monday. Be safe, folks.